you barking at?
What?
Boof. Oh, there we are.
There we go.
Try it again. Oh yeah, I hear Waylon bark. I heard you bark.
Oh, shit. You got the picture. Oh, there we go.
Alright, I think we're good now.
Try it again. Oh, yeah, I hear Waylon barking.
Mute this. You see? Can you hear yourself?
No. But your N.S.S is covering the should. It's covering the should.
What? Oh, well, that's just on here. That's perfectly fine.
Well, what does it say? It says you should what? Should you read? Should.
It's on the thumbnail.
I can't see.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Look at the thumbnail later. Don't worry about it. Did you turn down the volume? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Look at the thumbnail later. Ooh, the volume's good actually. What? Don't worry about it. Did you turn on the volume? That was weird. So wait a minute. Why is everything screwing up? Like, I don't get. Can you hear yourself? What?
It finally came up.
I understand, but can you hear yourself?
I can hear you on the phone. I can't hear you on the thing.
Oh, where in the hell is... I swear, dude, my life... That's what I told you. Like, just press go live. It's easier.
That's a good picture, though. I like that picture.
That's what I told you. Like, just press go live. It's easier.
That's a good picture, though. I like that picture.
I think we can kind of hear you.
Yeah, I turned my thing down. That's good.
Because I don't know how to make any louder. But anyway, people are in here. What's going on, YouTube? You in the tube. So, I was thinking about, actually, Trucker Will, he's on the phone with me here. Say hi, Trucker Will.
Okay. What's going on, guys?
Ooh, Trucker Al's in here. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You're if fucked, lol. You're if fucked? I don't care, I'll show it.
He said he's very faint.
Oh. So anyway, guys. So Will called me the other day. Ooh. Why am I not wearing a nip34 shirt? I told you I was going to forget something.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's sure.
Wait for it. Let's go with the sweatshirt. I don't think I've worn that yet. Maybe once. But anyway, Trucker MF Will called me the other day because he got a comment, and I get a lot of comments too, and I try to answer them as much as I possibly can. And Will, why don't you tell us what was the comment?
So basically the comment was, what should you expect as far as a paycheck as a lease operator, owner operator, you know, so on and so forth. And I called Nip to ask him and his other buddy that are both lease operators, owner operators, whatever you want to call us. And they kind of both were like, well, it depends on a bunch of factors, and we started talking about it. So that's what we're doing this today, to get you guys' opinion.
Which is kind of good because I have... Wait, turn this way? Yeah, there we go. Down a little bit. You'd think I have all this figured out already. But what's the sense in that? Maybe a little bit more. Cut off my head. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, that is honestly a question that I've been playing in my mind for quite some time. And with you calling and asking me, because somebody asked you that question, that brought it back up, and I started thinking about it again. And hopefully this, guys, hopefully this video helps you make a decision, because it's not a you see me still repping the Browns. Hey, it's not whether should I become a lease operator or owner operator or whatever. There's a lot more questions involved in that, and my lighting is horrendous. Anyway, so
Hey, hold that thought. I was saying to check my audio because I sound like I'm talking to a fan.
yeah, well, I'm kind of playing you on my phone, and that's about as good as it gets.
Oh, okay. But there's your answer, Al.
Did that get any better?
You got that?
Check your light waves. Sounds very scratchy. April, hello. Hi, April.
Hi, April.
Miss O'Neill. I don't know.
Oh, hey, you sound like you're talking into a fan.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Damn it, man. Now I have to unmute this and hear it. I don't know.
Oh, hey, you sound like you're talking into a fan.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Damn it, man. We both sound like we're talking into a fan. I have to unmute this and hear it. I don't know.
Hey, you sound like you're talking into a fan.
Oh, me? Maybe I am talking into a fan. Damn it, man. We both sound like we're talking into a fan. Alright, let me try, let me see, let me shut off the truck and see if that works. Give me a second, guys. Well, stop smelling me. Ugh. Gonna tear shit up. Gonna tear shit up. See, trucker out, or yeah, it's easier to do this shit from the house. Just do it from the house. One setup. Life is easy. Life is good. How much room do I have on my? Ooh, I got a lot of room on my head. Let's push it. Oh, but then we can't see Waylon. What is all showing? Oh, you know what I use this for? This is supposed to be. Is that better, guys? Will, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What is all showing? Oh. You know what I use this for? Oh, it was a truck running. We'll have to put that in a we'll have to put that in the notes that don't run truck while live.
Don't run truck while live. Okay.
While being live. So anyway, we'll start all over from the beginning. Go ahead and so Will called me the other day, and what is wrong with? Why I always got to be fixing stuff? Focus, Steven, focus. Anyway, so Will called me the other day, and somebody sent him a message, and he was trying to get an answer, and he called two people who are basically really, really close to becoming owner-operated, full-fledged owner-operators. And so go ahead, Will. What was the question?
So he asked me what is the minimum, basically, type of paycheck as an owner-operator, lease operator you should expect to get. And I called you and I talked to one of your other buddies and to try to get an idea of what y'all thought about it, because it's a very broad question. There's so many factors that go into it, and I couldn't really answer right then and there because it's not like working a regular job, like running 6,000 miles and you're getting this, or 3,000 miles and getting this. It's different.
Well,
So that's why I called you guys to see what you guys thought.
Will, you just released a video, if I'm not mistaken, because you know me, I'm all about getting in there and watching the video as soon as you drop it.
Right.
Did that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds great.
But what? Okay, I got a couple questions for you. You're leasing now with Prime Inc., correct?
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Prime Video.
Prime Video. Like your buddy Justin said.
I know. So, have you? How was January for you? You're just talking about like your last video that you just put out.
It's kicking my donkey that I had.
Donkey! Come here, donkey!
Come here, donkey!
So,
kicking my behind.
Alright, well, when you asked me that question, here's my honest thought on doing the owner-operator, lease-operator, whatever do you want to call it. This is my thoughts on it. And I believe I told you the same thing. I honestly believe that you need to decide what you're getting into becoming a lease or owner-operator for. I think that's the most important question. Me, I actually want to own my truck. I also understand that leasing is, I mean, anybody who owns something or tries to sell something typically does not have your best whatever outlook. You know, they're worried about them. Your interest, thank you. The interest in their sites. Their interest is running a successful business, making money, blah 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 blah. So, with that being said, there is no such thing as a perfect trucking company. I keep saying this over and over again. It does not exist. Guys, do not call your favorite YouTuber and say, "Hey, how's your company? I'm thinking about coming over there." Because if you call me, you're gonna get the answer of like, "Listen, not every trucking company is great. There is no such thing. Don't stop trying to chase the rainbow looking for the best trucking company. They don't exist. Because if they did, every driver would be driving for them. There would only be one trucking company, that great trucking company. Me, I'm in this leasing game because I want to own my truck. Will, you have been calling around to buy trucks and all this other stuff, right?
I've been looking at it to see what the possibility is, because at the end of the day, you either want to be a company driver, and there's nothing wrong with being a company driver, or
Nothing.
you have an ambition of owning your own business and not working hard now, but being able to relax later. One thing that you said a couple months ago is you get so pissed off at people saying, "Oh, he's got all this money, he should be able to share." But y'all don't remember, you all weren't there when it was peanut butter jelly sandwiches, when he was trying to get the business off the ground. So, I mean, it's a grind, it's a hustle, and it's not for the quick, easy money. There's going to be weeks like you've had, like I've had, where you see a zero.
Yes, sir. And another thing that we've talked about, which I think is interesting, versus your lease versus my lease.
Oh, yeah. We did talk about this.
At the end of the day, it seems like we make the same amount of money at the end of the day. You get an awesome fuel discount. I get a small fuel discount. My loads pay more, but you make up on it on your fuel. Like, what did you spend last week, or your most recent whatever week in fuel?
It was like 900 for 2,700 miles. Yeah, 2,200 miles, somewhere around there.
Now you guys see this very long nose thing I have here, called a semi truck. It don't get good fuel mileage. It is no Freightliner. I get 5.5 miles to the gallon. Now I made that trade. I traded miles per gallon for looks. I gotta be honest. I'd be jaded about it. Whatever. I like this truck. I love this truck. I love this mammoth ass sleeper. Like, literally. Here, I'm reaching it, you guys. I can't even touch my seats. And I don't even think I have to wait, touch the back. Waylon, get off my green screen. You're gonna rip it down. So, here's my hand on the back, and I can't touch my seats. Not happening. So that's why I'm in my truck that I'm in. And, like, I don't know if I should say that next thing. I don't know if that's personal information on you, Will. But if somebody came over here and got in a Freightliner, woo, they would be destroying me on income. Now, back to what I was saying in the beginning. The guy asked me, you know, like what kind of money, and I ain't scared, guys. You ask me how much money I'm making, I'm gonna ask for your email address. I'm gonna email you, or your phone number, or I may text it to you, a copy of what I make a week. And there's a lot of things that I have to do that a Freightliner driver or somebody with stub nose or no nose, whatever, they don't have to do. Like, I gotta watch my fuel. I can't get in here and just mash the fuel and whatever. I gotta watch my boost. I gotta make sure my boost stays under 50. I try to keep it under 20, because with that boost, I mean, it goes over 20, and that's the turbo. You know, for you guys that have no interest or don't understand it, the turbo, I gotta keep it under its boost power under 20 or 50. Because once if I mashed on my fuel, I'm going to burn $2,000 plus a week in fuel. So Will spends 9, I spend 16. That's a good week for me. $1,600 in fuel.
I was going to say $1,600, somewhere right around there.
Oh, that's a good week. I'm happy when I see $1,600. I'm all like, woohoo. But, Waylon, what do you want to do? You guys see Waylon being on Waylon and the boys. But, what, you got something you want to say? Besides looking me? Man, I'm going to tell you guys, having this dog in this truck as a puppy, I did not want to get a puppy, and I shouldn't have got a puppy. Whew, it's a lot of hard. It's hard. A lot of hard. But, so yeah, guys, I mean, before you decide, you know, should I become an owner-operator, lease operator, whatever, figure out what you're looking for. If you're looking for a bigger paycheck, it's possible, but you're gonna have to take the woes of the bad weeks when you went home too long. Speaking of, Will, did you watch that video I sent to you on Facebook?
Which one?
Traditions video that they put out.
No, I didn't see it.
Ooh, go look at that. They done changed it. We're going up to 82%.
Oh.
And we can, instead of having our fixed costs, we can have, and I mean, this is very preliminary. I got to still call Monday and try to figure out what the hell's going on. But they're going to do where we get, like they charge us by the mile instead of having the fixed costs. So, which is going to be nice, because if you go home, you ran no miles, your fixed costs going to be a lot less. So that's a huge thing.
Kind of like how JCT does it. Like, when you go home, you're only charged like $200 while you're at home instead of a full truck payment.
And that's huge. Huge.
Yes, it is.
Let's catch up on these messages before we get too far behind. April, LOL. Trucker out, LOL. I know the struggle, sir. Trucker Al also says better. Trucker Al, what's up, man? I'm getting drunk and can't hear your live stream. Wanted to say hey. Oh, what's up, Trucker B?
Trucker B.
Yep. He says, Al, I missed your live. Did you have a heart attack? You okay? Actually, Trucker Al, well, you can go watch his probably 2-hour video. But, I don't know why it asked me to show messages. I don't care. I show them. But anyway, yeah, I guess Trucker Al is call him. But he talked about it. So, yeah, guys, I guess to sum the question up, should you become a lease operator? Why do you want to become a lease operator or owner operator or whatever you want to call it? That's the first question. Because if you can't handle a bad week, if you can't handle, you know, if you find yourself every week waiting on Friday to show up, being a lease may not be for you. And Waylon's, I think he wants to eat. Because there will be weeks that you will not get a paycheck. That's facts. I mean, there ain't no hiding that.
No. Even with the best companies, you're gonna have a day or a week where revenue is just sucky, and you only do $2,200 to your truck or $3,200 to your truck, and then you're like, oh, after fixed cost fuel, you see nothing.
Right, and that's actually a good point. Let's talk about that. Because I noticed that some of these companies, they'll say money to you, money to the truck, whatever. I know, like with my company, and the beautiful thing about this, I think, is I'm working for a micro company, you're running for a mega company. So you're kind of getting to see both sides of the spectrum here. I know I struggled with that, 'cause like I had to train my DM. He would tell me, he goes like, oh, that's that low's paying, let's just say $700. 80% of $700 is $140 off of that. I wanted to do easier math, so that's $560. So $560 is actually coming to you. And you got to make sure especially when the recruiter is like, oh, you're going to receive this, is that to me or is that to the truck? Because the truck, they have so much, like I know my company, they want to put at least $5,000 a week revenue on the truck. And that was what was said to me at first, and I didn't quite understand it, nor did I ask questions about it. So what that means is $5,000 to the truck. That's pre me getting 80% of that $5,000. I thought they meant $5,000 to me. Not the case. So, even if I do, $4,500 in revenue, that's to me, not to the truck. They've hit their, $5,000, goal for the truck, because that way they get their money. Me, I'm looking at anywhere from $800 to $1,100 check. Now, guys, understand this: that $800 to $1,100, that's pre-tax. There's no tax coming out of there. So you're gonna have to be prepared to pay your tax bill at the end of the year. So,
yeah.
Anybody else?
Tax bill comes and then you're like, oh, I gotta pay this, and then you're having to put money aside. So for instance, say they put $3,800 to your truck, right? So fixed cost. Yeah, what's your fixed cost, Nip? What is it,
7? Well, I am high. No, it's like, I think it's like 1,680 total. I always do like that. I might even be wrong on that. I always just subtract 1,700.
All right, so 3,800 minus what, 1,700?
Yeah.
So you're looking at what, 2,800 right there after just your fixed cost, and then your fuel. You say you spend $1,600 in fuel. So now you're at 2,800 minus 1,600. That leaves what, 1,000 you're good. You're best at math off the top of your head.
It should be
So
16, right?
28.
16. 2 times 6 is 12. Wait, 28 minus 16?
Yeah.
So to $1,200.
You're at $1,200. Now, that's not including now your taxes. Now 20%. Now I always do 10% for all miles. So if you did, say you did 2,100 miles, now you got to put your tax money away. So you did 2,100 times that by 0.10. That's 210. So now your $1,200 that you have left is now $900. What you about to pay with that? $900 for a whole week of running.
Right. I mean, there's a lot, guys. Basically, there is a lot to take in effect and whatever. Because I mean, that's $900. You think, oh, you know, especially if you're sitting at home and let's say you have a job working at some factory and you make, I don't know. It's been a while since I've worked in any type of factory. So, let's say $600 a week. I don't know if that's too much or too little. I don't know. You think, oh man, that's good, but you gotta also take into effect that you still with that $600-700 you have to pay your family's expenses if you have home expenses. You have to buy food out on this road, and that ain't cheap at all.
Big no.
I mean,
talking about $20 for something for two different things at $5 extra, $10 extra. You're paying extra for everything out here on the road.
Right. So I mean, well, you figure you go there. I know when I get a sub, you know, that's probably my cheapest thing, and that's still like $7-8. You know, twice a day. So that's, you know, 8 16. That's $16. So you're spending $20-25 a day just on food. Simple food. Waylon. So I mean, there's a lot to it. I mean, it's not like, you know, you can't go home and then, you know, like we go home, wife made something. Yeah, sure, the dinner probably costs to make, you know, whatever, $40 or whatever, but it fed 4 people and lasted 2 days. That's, you know, there's a lot of math involved there. So there's a lot. Living out on this road is not cheap at all. I mean, those truck stops, they are nothing but just money. I wanted to say the H word, but they try to take every cent they can out of you. You know, when you go in there, everything's expensive. A damn TV, a little 13-inch TV, like $230 or something. It's ridiculous. Food is ridiculous. So there's a lot involved to making this. There's a lot of questions you should have. And honestly, this is Trucker Will, and I will be putting a link to his channel in the descriptions if he reminds me. Go check out his channel. He does, he has done a lot. Like, I know last year, I know he's changing up a little bit. Last year, he did a lot of, you know, Settlement Fridays, which I don't really do those. He does, where he actually shows his check and all this other stuff. And, I mean, if you guys are, and also too, if you guys are looking at other people's channels and, you know, you're talking to people, and if they don't, I'm sorry, the way I've always been, if Will calls me and goes, hey, I'm working here, you should come over here and drive and, you know, make a whole bunch of money, I'm gonna be like, dude, show me a pay stub. If people are not willing to show you a pay stub, I don't believe you. I mean, if you feel like your business is that private or whatever and you don't want to show pay stubs, then I can't believe what you're telling me. And that's just how I am on that one. I mean, you call me, you're getting some pay stubs. I'm going to show you. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day how much money I'm making. It doesn't matter. And, you know, at the end of the day, because, I mean, if Will tells me he's making $2,800 a week every week, I ain't gonna be like, ooh, oh, ow, that's awesome, let me see some pay stubs, because, and if he won't show me those pay stubs, then at that point I'm gonna be like, dude, you're not paying my bills, so it really doesn't matter, you know, what you say to me, what lies are you saying to me. Also, guys, too, I mean, like I said, if you can't I don't want to say save money. It's because I'm a horrible money saver. Horrible. Ask my wife, she'll tell you. I mean, I'm constantly having shit brought to the house because I'm buying shit from China.
The UPS makes a permanent stop at your house every day.
Yeah, they ain't even gotta look at the address. They just see who the hell is getting delivered to, and they're like, "Oh, I know him. I know that house." So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to this. I mean, a lot. So, if you're not willing to learn when you come over here, or you decide to hop in this thing, because I mean, we see it every week. Every trucking company sees it every week. So many people sign up and go in there, and then they run a couple weeks, and then bam, oh, I ain't got no paycheck, but I ran 2,200 miles last week, and where's my paycheck? Or I got a $300 paycheck, and they quit. I mean, I should have quit a long time ago. I got lucky and stayed and was able to figure it out and all that other fun stuff. So, and that's all I got to say about that. Will, you have any closing stuff?
Just, anytime you guys are looking at companies, always talk to as many drivers as you can. Look at YouTube, see if you can find anybody that's talking about the company, talking about pay, showing their paycheck stubs. And if they're not, and they're saying, "Oh, I'm making $2,000 a week," how consistently? How many miles are you running? What's your CPM? If they're getting percentage of the load, ask what the fixed cost. One thing that I've noticed about all the companies that I've looked at, fixed cost is dang near the same for every company.
Mm-hmm.
Dang near, it does not change. So some company might say, "Oh, your fixed cost is only $800." Okay, truck payment, fixed cost, which is your plates, insurance, all of that included, your fixed cost is this. I'll be saying, okay, how many miles am I running? What is my CPM per mile? Am I going to crack, 2,000 consistently? Consistency is key. If there's no consistency and they can give you a roundabout number and averages, because over here, probably it's about averages, what you average, and they base it off of that. Recently, my average has been horrible, and I'm not ashamed to say it, to tell it. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. January's been kicking my behind, so you just gotta, look for opportunities, but also just do your research, be diligent in it.
Now, this is one other thing too, guys. I want to point out there. It's not always your fault why you didn't give enough revenue on. It's not always, you can't just say, "Oh, you went home too much," blah 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 blah. Which I know drivers that go home too much. One in particular, but there's outside forces. Like right now, I'm shut down in PA because I felt too dangerous for me to be out on the road. Will, you were just shut down on 80, right? In Wyoming?
In Wyoming, because of somebody crashed, locked the whole freeway up.
Right, that's not your problem, but it's still going to financially affect you.
Yes.
Not only did you not get as far as you wanted, didn't get that CPM, which is cents per mile, guys, but it may make a load late or something like that. There's so much. This is not straightforward company miles. I drove 1,000 miles. Yeah, I make 60 cents a mile. Where's my $600? It doesn't work that way. But I'm done. So, you got any final words, Will?
No, sir. I'm good, man.
Like I said, guys, go check out Will's video. That's Will right there. Will right there.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I can't reach his nose to pick it. Anyway, so that's Trucker Will. Go check out his channel because, like I said, a lot of great information on his channel.
He said,
Guys, as always, left door closed, right foot down, unless you're riding a big ass long nose like I got, and you can't do that because of fuel is not what it is. But anyway, stay safe out there, guys, especially right now. I've seen a lot of wrecks just today myself. A lot of drivers taking naps, so slow down. You will get there, I promise. Just slow down. Pull over if you have to. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace.